Hi everyone. Boy, it's a great day to be out standing in our field, hopefully in more ways than one. So it's the end of the first week of July and it is hot. And today I want to talk about corn leaf diseases. Now with the weather pattern we've had here as of late, we don't have hardly any leaf disease on here. We've had moderately warm mornings, no fog, and it's been hot and dry for at least 3 weeks. Now that isn't the case for years in the past, and we could start getting some more moisture here where we get a lot of leaf wetness and we start producing disease, especially in some of our irrigated acres. So today I want to take the time and introduce, go over, or touch upon some of the diseases that we may start seeing out in the field. Diseases like northern corn leaf blight, northern corn leaf spot, the big one we've heard a lot about in the last couple years, tar spot, and also gray leaf spot. So in the next couple pages, I'll introduce where we can see these in the crop canopy, what we can do about them, and what the thresholds are. Additionally, I'll touch on western bean cutworm. This is a pest that has been around for numerous years and is also a good idea to scout for when we are out in the field. It's a good idea if we're already out there throwing down some fungicide, let's go ahead and put in some insecticide if we see them out on our leaves. They're a relatively easy pest to spot with their purple eggs, but we'll touch upon that in a following slide.
First up, let's take a look at northern corn leaf blight. Northern's fungus survives on old crop residue and begins to produce spores in early spring. Temperatures between 65 and 89 degrees with long or heavy dews will begin the disease progression. As a grower, it is important to monitor weather patterns that favor the disease and begin scouting. This can generally be any time between mid-July and September for our area. Notice the cigar-shaped lesions. When beginning, these lesions will appear as an off-white string of pearls. So, what can we do as growers to protect ourselves from northern? The first option is tillage. Tillage will help bury and break up residue in which the pathogen is growing on. Other options include the use of fungicide or rotating away from corn more often. Next up, we have gray leaf spot, or GLS. GLS begins much like northern, by surviving on crop residue and favoring warm, high humidity environments along with long periods of dew. When disease onset occurs, growers will notice the lower leaves get affected first and move up the plant. GLS regions are rectangular and brown, staying within the veins of the leaf. Typically, for our growing region, we will see this disease between July and September, and like NLB, fungicide and tillage can be good options for reducing the disease. Third on our list is northern corn leaf spot. While this disease is considered minor, in 2019 we saw early and heavy coverage of some hybrids with this leaf disease. Lesions of NCLS are similar to northern leaf blight, but generally have a more reddish tint. High humidity and moderate temps favor this disease, and management practices are the same to the other mentioned diseases. Finally, let's look at the most notorious leaf disease as of late, tar spot. In this slide, put together by Marty Chilvers of Michigan State, we see that this disease is both widespreading and devastating on Michigan's corn crop. In the next photo, we see an affected leaf, and you can see it is quite different from other diseases. The black splotches appear as paint or tar spattered on the leaf. Be diligent, however, not to mistake fly droppings for tar spot, as tar spot cannot be wiped from the leaf surface and infects through the leaf profile. Tar spot will begin its infection at lower leaves, sometimes as early as V8, but typically around flowering, and spore production occurs in cool, high humidity environments. Spores are then moved up to 225 feet away with the wind. Fungicides have been proven to manage tar spot, but timing and product selection are key. Some products currently available labeled for tar spot are Triva Pro, Approach Prima, Headline Amp, Delaro, and Veltima. Now let's shift gears away from leaf diseases and take a look at western bean cutworm. Western bean scouting generally falls at or near the time we are scouting for leaf diseases, so we can hopefully get 2 pests in one trip. The first step is to monitor moths for peak moth flight and track GDUs thereafter. Next, when we know moths are present, begin scouting for egg masses. Tiny pearl-colored egg masses will be located in the upper leaf canopy. Now is a good time to focus on how many egg masses are present. The threshold for western bean is 5%, or 5 plants out of 100. Growers are recommended to observe 5 sets of 20. If one egg mass is found in each set, it is time to consider insecticide. Applying insecticide is generally done by plane, and timing is very important. It would be a good idea to contact the applicator or supplier prior to the need. The ideal time to spray is shown in this picture, as larvae have recently emerged from their deep purple egg masses and are deciding what will be their food source. As worms mature, they can be identified also by 2 black rectangles behind the head and lines running down their back. Luckily, we have some new options also for controlling western bean cutworm through our seed lineup. These are known as lepre or AML products and offer transgenic or gene expression from the corn to fight off the pest. That wraps up our overview of these topics. If growers would like to learn more about any one of these, they are encouraged to explore pioneer.com/agronomy or any of the other resources that were used during this presentation. Thanks for watching.